Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the OPIE-VERSE. I am your host, the one, the only OPIE-1, and with me this week, next week, and forever after, we have the good man Brixton. How are you this evening, Brixton? How was your day?
Hello there. I'm doing pretty good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm all right. It's August the 1st. It's been a good day. Let's just say that. It
has, yes. How time flies.
I know. Next month, we're getting, I'm sure we'll talk about this, but next month we're getting the Advent calendars. And that is officially the start of Christmas. I mean, we'd usually see like X Factor or something is the start of Christmas. That old cliche, but not this year. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So
sounds good.
Brixton, so to address it, as ever, anybody who knows Brixton who on TikTok or even Instagram, he's not in a position to do a face reveal. He's not quite there yet, but we're not going to put the pressure on, and we're not going to ask him to. However, what we are going to ask you, Brixton, is just to describe yourself. Like, what are you wearing tonight?
What am I wearing? Well,
what are you wearing?
That's a great question. What am I wearing? Well, I'm wearing a Star Wars t-shirt.
On brand, good shout.
Of course. Got to represent. I've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. hat on. So that's quite fun. Do you know what, Opie? What we might do, actually, is we might just turn the camera on. How about that, huh?
I wasn't expecting
Brixton
that.
face reveal.
Are we getting a Brixton face reveal?
I'm getting a Brixton face reveal.
We might.
Here we go. Go on in 3, 2, 1. What's up?
Holy smokes.
Hello.
The man himself.
How's it going?
It's going... Well, our day just keeps getting better, Brixton. Just keeps getting better.
Indeed. It does indeed. That's correct, yeah.
So, people, we've got some business to attend to before we bring our guest in. This is going to be a little bit different to what you see and get from us on TikTok, because we can. So, content warning. This stream may contain adult themes and references, not limited to, but could include consumption of alcohol. I can pretty much guarantee that one. Adult language. We'll try to keep it relevant, and we'll try and keep it amber, not red. And our guest has been warned about that. And we know that. What I can say from a personal note is there will be no nudity. I think Brixton is, he can say the same. But whether we can say that for our guest tonight, who knows? Who knows, Brixton? So we'll have to trust them, but let's bring him in. The one, the only, Rolo 32. Rolo, you're muted. That's a great start.
Sorry, I was like a caged lion backstage. I was raring to go, and obviously I would, lo and behold, be muted as soon as it starts. It's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? Great start. The first episode, I've already ruined it.
We can only go. It can only get better from here. It can only get better.
Yes. Sky's the limit, as I told you before. OP, the sky's the limit.
This is true.
Cheers.
Rolo, it is. Yes. So what, lads? A big thing of what I'm going to make. I'm not going to make a big deal of it, but one thing I am going to make is every week I'm just going to have a little tipple, because as I see with our guests, because on TikTok they just don't like that. So we'll just kind of have that.
There's a lot of things they don't like. I learned that the hard way.
Well, there is. But save it for the content, Rolo. We'll get there. But for me,
are you listening, TikTok?
It's a work night, so I'm going to have just a glass of red wine. Brixton, what are you on?
I am going for a cider today. Got strawberry and lime.
Ooh,
culture, Rolo. It's culture. What are you on?
Just a bottle of beer.
Not so much.
Excusez-moi. J'ai bu du vin en France pour 8 mois. Très bien. Oui,
okay.
C'est la culture.
Puedo hablar español, no francés. So, let's.
You just saw that.
So
thank you, Raven Bricks. It's a great microphone, isn't it? Thank you.
So let's just get straight into it. Rolo, show the people your microphone.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. I was like, what are you talking about? We're getting to what? Like, yeah, I'll show you the microphone. Wow, I don't want to give away all the secrets though. I just want it to be like, nah. Oh, I'm in deep thought now about.
There's a lot of
I
love for it. Show the microphone.
Yeah, I just overthought it. Yeah, it's an old Guitar Hero microphone. And
I mean, look at that.
This is what I'll be recording my new album on.
New album, yeah.
This is in the process.
This is the joy of it all. This is the joy of it all.
I'm about halfway through, OP. I'm about halfway through. There's a couple Star Wars songs in there, but some just about life experiences, and because it's important that I think too much Star Wars can be dangerous.
Oh, you would agree? I think too much of anything could be dangerous. Too much of you could be dangerous, Rolo.
Oh, it already is. It already is. OP. What can I say?
We're down the rabbit hole now.
Apparently, TikTok also agree.
Right. So I'm not one to apply labels to anyone. Rolo, you are a Lego TikToker.
Free Rolo in the chat. Yes, I am, OP.
You're a freestyle footballer.
In fact, I've prepared something whilst I was caged backstage.
Right. Let me go through your labels first, please.
Go on.
Let me go. So, Lego TikToker.
Yeah.
Freestyle footballer.
Yeah.
Golfer.
Yeah.
Lego golfer.
Yeah.
Which is odd, but fair enough.
Yeah.
Train spotter.
Yeah.
And now we add rising music star to that.
Yeah. I like the term artist because it's quite a broad spectrum. We're all artists on TikTok in some regard, but
well,
I like the term artist because because I'm not really like much of a singer, but I'm sort of like a singer songwriter. Like I think I'm a lyrical person. OP is what I'm trying to say. That's why like if paper is my canvas, then the words are my art, and that's why.
Is this from your new album? Is this your song?
It could be. I wrote some lyrics down before, and you heard them. They were pretty good. Not Star Wars ones, but actually, no, we did.
That's a subjective point. That is a subjective point, though.
Yeah, we did think of that Star Wars one.
But
you also missed off mathematician.
Of course. I mean,
fully graduated.
Yeah. Congratulations on that. But as we've been discussing, you are still pursuing a career in education next year. Otherwise, you're going to be a broke student.
Yeah. And then I'll just be. Yeah. Well, no, I will be a broke student because I don't know. Yeah, I will be. OP. So I won't be able to go out and take multiple trips to the Lego shop like all you other people who can actually have fun with their lives. But I try to get Lego where I can. Finding it on the street, stealing it. The
charity shop was a good one, good find. And although
it is,
people were a bit kind of, that's expensive of the Pirates of the Caribbean. I think £400 for a Black Pearl set in the box is pretty cheap.
Yeah, God, that set is really cool. Do you know? In fact, I've no idea, mate. No idea. I don't care. I don't want to know because I don't want that inkling of like telling myself that I'm going to buy it. I'd rather someone else who's prepared to spend that money buy it and take that pain away from me. But I'll tell you, there was a family not in the window, but they were stood in front of the shop, and they were looking at the box, and the kid was like, "Oh, that's a cool pirate ship." And then the dad of the family was like, it's in a charity. You don't know, it might be empty. And I was just stood behind him like, that's definitely not empty, mate. That's a gold mine.
Yeah.
He has no clue. What an idiot.
Like a charity shop's going to put an empty box. I mean, yes, the empty box might be in the window, but I'm sure they'd have the set in there as well.
That thing was sealed as well, like there was a bit of light damage on the box.
The box was actually sealed, like original seals.
I think so.
Nice.
So my question to you, Rolo, is that why did you not buy that?
I'm a
'Cause he's a
broke
broke
student.
student.
You know, I made the TikTok about it. I said, well, in fact, I noticed Alessio in the Actually, no, sorry, it wasn't Alessio. It was someone else. That's embarrassing. I love all my followers. They're all amazing. They're all brilliant. I care about each and every one of you. Don't get your name. So it was someone else who commented saying, "Oh, why don't you?" Right. I'm putting my feet up for this. This is it. Right. So someone commented saying, "Oh, why didn't you buy it and then build it on live?" And I was just like, I was quite furious, actually, to be honest. I was just like, and I was this close to making a well, actually, I'll probably still post this video at a later date when I get round to it, because you know I've got content coming out the wazoo. So anyway,
Well,
so when I get round to
shared
it,
the drafts, yeah.
yeah, I just showed OP my drafts of TikTok content. And I think we're still going through it. Actually, I've got someone flicking through it, and we're nearly at the end. But everyone here now will know what I'm talking about, and then they can have the honor of this backstage seeing the video in pre-production, if you will. Anyway, so they said, "Oh, why don't you buy that £400 set and build it on TikTok live?" And so I was just like, well. I was like, well, one, obviously I don't have the money, and also I'm banned on TikTok Live. So obviously, how? Yeah,
Right.
you think if I had the money, I
So,
wasn't banned, I would do that.
so let's talk about this. Why did you
Please.
get banned? Why did you get banned, Rolo?
I believe TikTok.
Yes. Yeah.
TikTok. You never gave me a reason.
No, they don't. Well, they do kind of give you a reason, but it's not. So, have you ever appealed it?
I did do something or whatever, but it just led me to a brick wall. But I was told after you.
My understanding from the man himself, JB Bricks, is if you want to appeal anything, the best way to do it is to DM TikTok support on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Apparently so.
Apparently so. Like, yeah, but see, the thing is, though, they'd listen to JB. They wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah, they would.
Listen!
It's worth a go.
It is.
But we need you, like...
remember that. You know, everyone in the chat, all the thousands of people listening at home, because you all just DM TikTok support and scream "Free Rolo" to them for me. I'd really appreciate that. And maybe if it got through to them, you know, that little thing rattling around in there, I'd really appreciate it.
And for those who don't know, so I came onto TikTok. I mean, I've been on there for like as a viewer for like a year now, but then I really started making content just before Christmas. You were at like your peak over Christmas into the new year. You and I spoke more through comments and live comments rather than we've never spoke like this before. And then obviously you got banned, and then I kind of hit my peak just after maybe I hit my peak because you were banned. But we were just talking.
You know what? I've never thought about it that way before.
Well,
I'd be honored if that was the reason.
Well, I'm grateful if that is the case. But the so we were talking in the lobby beforehand, and you're on about 31,000. I remember when I first came on TikTok, and I found you quite early, and you were on like 20-odd thousand. And so the lack of live for you really stifles any growth. And I know you're not particularly bothered about that, but people clearly want to see you and hear you, and it stifles you. But I think you'd be like 100,000 followers.
No, don't say that. Don't say that to me, man. Man, do not say that to me. Like, live doesn't make the videos would still hit if the videos hit. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't. Right? Do you not? I'm gonna go to sleep.
The algorithm is set up in such a way that it pushes videos after you or whilst you're live. Like it's no secret. So you are massively stifled by that. And I think, you know, Brixton and I were talking about this the other day. You were stifled by the minute or 3 minute videos because you have this beautiful ability of going off on some weird and mad tangents, but I wasn't
stifled on that though. Yeah, I was. That helped. That, you know, Do you know what I mean?
No, but a live, like people can just sit on your live and be, especially when you were doing those crazy all night lives.
No, yeah, because that mathematically, right now, I'm a mathematician, a Lego golfer, blah blah blah, all the list of things that Opie just said. But mathematically, time is infinite, right? And a live is.
It's your mate.
Cheers,
That's
Billy.
your mate.
I appreciate that. See, I told you. Anyway, so on a live, time is infinite because it doesn't stop, and anything that doesn't stop is infinite. Like if you have a pattern that goes on forever, that is infinite, doesn't stop.
This is true.
You're welcome.
I feel like you and Russell Brand would get on very well.
Oh, I would love to meet the man. I would love
one day I'll have him on here, and if I ever get him on, I'll bring you on too, Rollo.
God bless you.
Can we get down to some serious stuff? So,
please.
I know you're a Star Wars fan.
Certainly.
I think you're a very active Star Wars fan because you're bang up to date with the Bad Batch, I believe.
I will just put this out there, right? And I hope everyone is listening when I say this, because I'm saying this with full confidence. No one is a bigger Star Wars fan than me. That's a bold claim. I know it is. I understand that. It's not hubris. I understand that. I know that's a bold claim, right? And you can come up to me and recite some dialogue from some character that doesn't even have a name and say, "Oh yeah, I know my Star Wars." That's not knowing your Star Wars. That's just memory. That's not living and Look, there's a lightsaber on the floor here. Look, anyone on TikTok that like flaunts their lightsabers, like, oh, I've spent £300 on a NeoPixel lights, flashy, sound effecty. That's not a Star Wars fan. Like, I shouldn't have got myself started, to be honest. But that claim's out there.
Brixton's got something to show you.
Which one's that? Is that the big one?
That's the big one.
Oh god, I'm so jealous. That's the one set. Do you know what though? If that was in place of the Black Pearl,
so I'm just going to flash.
I'm
going to flash this up, and I don't know if you have come across Darth Walker, but I'd definitely give him a follow. But are you wearing Star Wars socks right now?
Oh, do you want to see all my Star Wars socks? I've got ones in French, mate, because I bought them when I was living in France. And they say, hold on, if you want the memory, wait, I just need to remember it actually. They say, que sera le force avec toi? May the force will be with you in another language.
It doesn't hit the same.
Thank you very much.
Let's be honest. It just doesn't hit the same, does it? So,
sounds awful. It sounds so bad.
So, to move us forward a bit, Rollo,
and
to the chat, what we're going to do is we're going to do a Q&A with the party itself. So it's not just
Q&A Sunday. It's Sunday.
So get your questions in, and when it comes to it, we'll answer your questions. However, Rollo, it's a bit of a challenge for you more than anything, but I think this. It sparks further conversation, but also gives us insight into you. The 11 live action Star Wars films.
Oh yeah.
1 to 11 or 11 to 1. Start at the bottom, work your way up.
Bottom.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do. Well, actually, no, I can do bottom, right? And I can actually miraculously keep this one short. Now, see, the thing is though, I tell people.
I don't believe you.
I tell people this. Yeah, exactly. I tell people this on the daily, not even on a Star Wars podcast, right? So to have the honor of being the first guest and talk about Star Wars to an amazing audience, and to feel that validation.
He's keeping it short, Brixton. He's keeping it short.
Yeah, right. Okay. So bottom, The Force Awakens, easy.
Really?
Cry about it. Have a go at me, and I'm not talking to you.
No. I will not.
Right. I'll tell you why, right? I'll tell you why. I was going to say a close second is The Last Jedi, but it's not even, and I'll tell you why. Because I went to the midnight release of The Force Awakens. Who's a big Star Wars fan now? Hippies. So I went to the midnight release of The Force Awakens, and The Last Jedi, right? The Last Jedi one, we watched. They did like a little double thing. I think it was the same ticket price, but you'd watch The Force Awakens, then stroke midnight, The Last Jedi. Do you feel?
Yeah.
Right? So having already seen The Force Awakens, I fell asleep. I like, oh, Finn and Rey are walking and...
Rolo, we're at 11. Can we get to 10?
Film is so boring, and just don't talk to me about like, oh, it's great repeat. It's just bad. Like, it's
I'm not really bothered about your
4.
lesser ones. I'm more trying to hype up towards like your better ones, but we need to do your lesser ones. So
I just really needed to get show me your Star Wars bed sheets. You know what? I've been meaning to buy some.
Yeah. Right, number 10.
Number 10. Oh, see, the thing is, personally, and now I've used up a lot of time already, so I can speed this along really quickly by saying, and I could really grind out a full list, but to me, I only really care about that being at the bottom because it's a pile of crap.
No, I agree. I think everything in the middle is very interchangeable. I think you have your clear at the bottoms, you clear at the tops. Everything else is like you're very passive about. So
certainly. In fact, I'll tell you what. No, so I'll go 7 last. Honestly, horrible film. It's dreadful. It's just boring. There's nothing in it. Then I'll go. Then I've got to go 8. Then actually, it's not close. It's not as close. It's sort of like 8.
So you would put Last Jedi below Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, probably. Okay. Yeah, because what happened? 8's just confusing. It makes no sense. Have you seen the comparison with that and Spaceballs, where all the plot is the exact same thing?
That's not a comparison.
Yeah, you've got like the Han Solo character going, "Oh my god, we're out of gas," and that's the whole plot of The Last Jedi. It's so stupid.
Sorry, can I interrupt?
I hope all the big Star Wars people, like your Darth Choco. Personally, I like the person. And all these other, YouTuber Star Wars people who, defend the like sequels. Why? Like, why?
Well, Brixton.
Yeah. To be fair, I haven't seen The Last Jedi or The Force Awakens or any of the latest.
Save yourself some time. Just don't. It's fine. Just watch episode.
But you've seen Rise of Skywalker?
No.
All right. So you haven't seen any of the trilogy then? That trilogy.
Yeah, Brixton. Just if you want to watch episode 7, watch episode 4 and then watch it again, because it's the exact same thing. Someone try and find a mathematical counterexample that disproves the fact that those films are synonymous. Oh, there's Grand Moff Tarkin, General Hux, Kylo Ren, Darth Vader, Finn, Poe, Rey. The main 3. I'm sure there's weird monsters. There's something that will be like actually Chewbacca's in it though, isn't he really? And then you've got Death Star, Starkiller Base. Do I need to go up Jakku, Tatooine? I can go on even further. Maz Kanata's castle, Mos Eisley Cantina. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Like J.J. Abrams, I watched Lost. I liked Lost. I liked J.J. Abrams. Then I watched that.
It didn't finish well though.
And he did the same thing. The Trekkies hate him as well because he ripped off that as well.
Yeah.
He just didn't even write a film. He just a robot could have written a better film.
So we're at 10. Can we have 9?
8. Then 9.
Okay.
Then to me, so I've got all the sequels last, haven't I? I don't care. Like, to be fair, I have fallen asleep in what would be my next one, The Phantom Menace. I was watching The Phantom Menace and I did fall asleep. I think the pod race woke me up. I just sort of heard like obviously that wasn't when it came out. I didn't fall asleep in the cinema because I was 1.
1999? Were you 1?
I was 1 if it came out in September.
Sorry, Rolo, can you just make that noise again, please?
Why, have you got a pod racer?
Can you just...
If I go off camera, I will try and do you a good TIE fighter noise, but I don't want to do it on camera because it will be so embarrassing.
Do it.
Right, I'll try and do a good TIE fighter. Hold on. I need to... Come on, don't embarrass yourself here. Come on. I need to feel like I'm a TIE fighter. It's sort of like a...
Yeah, that was
bad.
Right.
I just screamed.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to redeem yourself now. Do the Grievous wheel bike.
Oh, you
Can
want
you do it with-
you want the Grievous wheelback live?
Can you do that with the microphone
Right,
in
right.
your hand?
Tell me another Star Wars fan, right? You know, that made this comparison, because, you know, I bet you know, all these other Star Wars YouTubers who think they're the biggest Star Wars fan, they're probably sitting at home going like, oh yeah, he had a wheel bike in that film. Mate, I live and breathe that film. And anyway, that'll come up later. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the General Grievous wheel bike as seen in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
To be honest,
it really
gets me every
puts me out
time.
of breath. It really puts me
Nah.
out of breath.
No,
I need to make more videos on that. It's so
You do,
fun.
you
Like,
do. You do.
Um,
Right. Okay. So the trilogy, then, so the sequels, Phantom Menace.
I'm gonna
Come on.
put Phantom Menace, because I
Let's-
did fall asleep in it. As much as I love like the Duel of the Fates and the Pod Race.
Mhm.
Pod Race is beautiful. Oh crap! I forgot. Oh god, this is embarrassing. I actually forgot one. I forgot Solo. So I'm gonna put.
Okay.
Solo's quite bad, isn't it?
I think.
I'm gonna put Solo like between 9 and 8.
Okay. Okay.
So
So that's going.
we're going
Right, got you.
7, 8 Solo.
I should
I've
have
written
written
this down
shouldn't I?
loads of times, you know. I think I'm just sort of, but we agreed that everything in the middle's a bit
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
So Solo, episode 9, episode 1. Oh, it's 2 better than 1 though. See, that's what I mean. So they're the same. Right. So 2's there.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go for episode 4,
A New Hope. Okay.
A New Hope. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. If someone asks
Yeah.
for my favorite Star Wars films, which they do a lot, and I give them this very long-winded, well-informed answer, I tell them only the top 4, and then I'm like, and then whatever,
Okay.
you can just do whatever.
Yeah.
So in 4th, wait, I always do this the wrong way round, so I have to.
There's a message on the screen
Oh.
for you, hello.
What's that? Remember when Obi said keep it short? Yeah, all right, Billy, go away. You're not on a podcast. Plebeian. Sit down. I'm having fun. This is amazing. So thank you for having me. I think I do 3rd and 4th equal. I definitely do 1st and 2nd equal, and I do 3rd and 4th equal as well. So my third
Okay.
and third and 4th is Empire Strikes Back
Mm-hmm.
and Rogue One.
Okay.
And oh my god, the amount of times I see someone misspell Rogue One, they put Rouge One. And that's not even because I speak French, by the way. That's just, why would you not? I've seen people, right, and this is a very grammatical point, say, oh, I love Rouge One. Do you? You've not even spelt it correctly. And I bet the big Star Wars TikToker YouTubers sat there knowing full well, oh god, I misspelled that once, you know. I've never done that. Because do you know why? Because I care about that movie. I'll tell you why I care about that movie.
It's a good movie.
I went to go see that in cinema, same cinema that I fell asleep in The Force Awakens, because
Okay.
The Force Awakens came out, and then Rogue One came out, and it was like,
yeah.
and the proper people, the next year, 2016, the proper people who have a head on their shoulders, went, that's a Star Wars movie. That's also boring in the middle, but it's just not nonsensical. The characters aren't lazily written. They're not just rip-offs of other ones. Grow up, right? Anyway, so the ending of Rogue One. Let's just take a minute to remember how good that is.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. I sat there next to my friend Rob. Shout out to Rob in the cinema, right? And I've only ever cried at one movie, and it was the ending of Rogue One. The fact that they brought Vader back to life, and by back to life I don't mean because he died, you know, I'm not stupid.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Exactly. And like the fact that, to be fair though, actually, the joint one with Rogue One, Empire Strikes Back, as a kid, I always used to think, comparing it to some of the other Star Wars, like the ones I've aforementioned, episode 1 and episode 2, where, you know, there's all this sick choreography and Ray Park's like an actual martial artist.
Yeah.
Whereas like it's just some old 6'6" guy in a suit. Like, but in Empire Strikes Back, I really underrated how cool the fight scene is with Luke and Vader. Because Vader does like this move where he goes like, just like, and like swipe like windmills Luke's lightsaber away.
Yeah.
Chops him. And like, man, if even in 1980 Vader was coming towards me, I would be scared. Like, I didn't realize it as a kid. It's when you get older and you're like, damn, that's scary, you know? Like, ow.
But yeah, and I can see that because I grew up with the originals, so that I was introduced to the
Yeah.
originals, and I remember being
Yeah.
like 6, 7-year-old and watching them.
Yeah.
But do you, so on Rogue One, before we move past Rogue One, I saw an interview with one of the writers who proposed that rather than do, I don't know if it was instead of, but or as well as, he proposed like a beach scene, almost like Vader's version of Saving Private Ryan, like storming the beach and wiping the rebels out.
No
But
way.
Would that have been the way to go? I don't know.
I think it would have been weird because it's sunny. Do you know what I mean? So I think personally, if it was me, I think, you know, I wouldn't have been able. I'm not going to say before you start piping up again, Star Wars fans. Oh, man, some Star Wars fans, honestly, it ruins it for me. It really ruins it for me.
It's easier and better to be part of the Lego Star Wars community than the
Lego Star Wars community. Oh, molto bene. Oh, beautiful. Everyone's lovely, you know. Like, but then Lego Star Wars TikTok, it's like sunshine and rainbows, right? And then the Star Wars community is just like all these like goblins, just like
there are some good people, but yeah,
Force Awakens is a good movie. Shut up. It's not bad. It's so bad. Anyway, so I cried at the end of Rogue One, right? Because me and my friend, after coming, I came out of the cinema of The Force Awakens and thought, that's not bad. And then I watched it again out of the cinema when all the hype of a Star Wars movie was happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, was I ill? Like, what? And then weirdly, the same thing happened to 8, but the other way. I watched it and I was like, that's absolute crap. What is going on here? Because I think I had the expectation from 7. I was like, you know, if they put some backstory into Snoke, he just gets killed. What? Like, if they explain, it could have saved, it could have rectified, vindicated, if you will, episode 7. Google it. Could have vindicated episode 7, but it just didn't, and it was crap as well. 9 sort of like made them a little bit better, but and then that's why Rogue One's just incredible. I talk about other movies, and it was still Rogue One is just the epitome of Star Wars, even though actually it's not in my top 2, so that's a bit stupid. Top 2, OP?
That leaves us Return of the Jedi and Revenge of the Sith.
We're excluding the Clone Wars movie, aren't we?
Yeah.
That thing makes no sense. The fact that that's canon's a bit stupid. Like the stories. I mean, I'm glad I've got the Lego set with Rot of the Hutt in it, by the way.
I don't have the set, but I have the figure. He lives in the Jabba's palace for me, with Jabba where he should be.
Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah, so I got that set, so I'm grateful for it in some regards. But that movie is just so stupid. The fact that, like, you know, all the stuff in the Clone Wars, like, a lot of it just doesn't really make sense. Like, I remember someone saying, like, oh, you know, they wrote the Clone Wars so that, like, Anakin and Grievous never meet, because in episode 3, he says, and I was just thinking, like, obviously. Yeah. Like, what? Yeah. Like, it's not they've not figured that out. Like, oh, yeah, and like they've had a big Disney board meet or like a Lucasfilm board meeting going like, yeah, so we really need, you know, they just went, well, obviously, like, it doesn't need that much thought, Star Wars fans. Like, grow up. It's just, you know, and then that'll get like 1 million likes on TikTok because it does.
I'll clip that and make
there's proper creators out here trying to make serious content that you wouldn't be seen if it wasn't for said creators.
What are you doing?
Someone will repost like some crappy Star Wars scene, and then it'll just, and then don't get me started on that. So
question:
Sith and Return of the Jedi.
So why Revenge of the Sith?
Are you joking?
No, absolutely not.
Look at my top and look at my bottom. Tell me I don't know my Star Wars, yeah? And if you think I don't, because saying that Revenge of the Sith's the best and The Force Awakens the bottom, I never want to talk to you ever again. Not you specifically. Honestly,
my thoughts on the sequels.
Yeah.
Certainly, The Force Awakens was fine when it was the
You know,
first
a
one
lot
out.
of people have said that, and I understand that,
But
it's just boring. Nothing happens.
but it was
That's why it's bad.
but it was fine when it was the only one out. It gave
Yeah.
them a foundation, but
Yeah.
then it had to go and do better. Though, like, it just, for me, I think my opinion of The Last Jedi has improved since it released. I still don't rate it as one of my favorite
'cause I said
films.
the same. Like, I watched it afterwards, and opposite to episode 7, I was like, well, it's not that bad. It's just a bit weird. Like, the whole casino planet stuff just makes no sense.
And I really don't like that side. I think from the Rey perspective, like how she's tempted by the dark side, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, the dark side hasn't got what I want, so I don't want that. It's kind of like, well, that's not really how the dark side works. But then I think, and this could be controversial, it may not be, I think it's Luke's best film, story-wise. But it's
episode
not.
8.
Yeah, but I don't think you've got to get like outside information from it.
See, I'm disagreeing with you internally here. Well, actually, now externally.
Well, no, it's fine. You're allowed to do it externally as well.
I'm a brilliant debater, Obi-Wan. And a lot of these Star Wars fans think they're really good at debating when they're actually really good at crying at me. Honestly, like, you want a civil conversation about Star Wars? I will have one. Like, just because I hit Lego sets with golf clubs doesn't mean I don't like Star Wars.
Okay, but can we just, on the terms of speaking about Luke, can we just talk about the Mandalorian and his appearance?
Oh, that.
Did you cry at that, Rolo?
Star Wars. That is proper Star Wars.
Was
I'm
that
sorry,
good?
right.
If
But
I
let's talk
may,
about the CGI. Let's talk about the CGI of it, because I think better CGI than a Kellogg's cereal advert.
No, it was all right though. Like,
yeah,
I mean, there's people saying it should be get Sebastian Stan to like act him, like, and it's just like, well, yeah, but I don't know. Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One was quality, and I've had this argument. This was an argument just because my friend was in the wrong, so I'm sort of being a bit of a hypocrite here. But my friend was in the wrong after we watched Rogue One, and actually he sort of twisted my words as well, because we spoke to our physics teacher in school, and you know, he'd seen it, and we were talking about the CGI, and you know, Leia looks really weird, but Grand Moff Tarkin was really good. Yeah. And he was saying that, like, I said, it was something like, oh, I said they were like both good. No, the Leia thing's a bit creepy. It's really creepy. But the Grand Moff Tarkin looked really good. I was like, have they brought Peter Cushing back to life? Yeah, I know who he is, by the way. Don't at me.
No, I think
probably.
I think the difficulty is certainly with Leia she was too smooth, whereas obviously Grand Moff Tarkin was meant to look older, so they could add more to it. The Sebastian Stan thing, I agree. I think people wouldn't have been happy as much as there was an ask for him to do it. Luke Skywalker will always be Mark Hamill, and I think they will always struggle to break him away from that. So
if I may as well, just to interject, there was no, like, it had to be Luke. You know, all these people on TikTok were like, oh, it's going to be Mace Windu. No, it's not. Like,
the only person I thought it could have been would have been Ezra Bridger. But obviously,
considering all the Ahsoka stuff, it made
exactly that.
People were saying it would be Cal Kestis from the Fallen Order. I was like, you're stupid. If you're sat there watching this, and I'm sorry, actually, I don't want to offend my fans by calling you stupid, right? I'm the stupid one. I apologize. But if you thought that Cal Kestis was going to turn up in The Mandalorian, that's very stupid. You're not a stupid person, but that is stupid. I'm a mathematician. I've made mathematical errors, and I've gone, that's stupid. I don't think I'm a stupid person, but that's stupid. That is stupid.
The thing is, though, and this is probably more true under Disney, is where there's an opportunity to merchandise and make more money, logic doesn't always dictate.
100%.
If, let's just say,
they made everything in episode 7 just for the money. Like, that's, I mean, I love Grogu, but that's the only reason he exists. One board member went, pick Baby Yoda, and everyone went, genius.
But if they were doing right now, this year, if they had released The Force Awakens 2, Cal Kestis probably would have made an appearance. Whether it was there or not, who knows? And I've said this
What do
on
you mean by The Force Awakens 2?
sorry, Jedi Fallen Order 2. If they'd made the second version of that, they would have used that to hype up the game like 100%. And that's the difference now. But I on the Mace Windu one, people always ask this. And do you know, I don't know if you follow Connor Fahey, he now goes by Jedi Connor.
He doesn't like me.
So,
what a surprise.
Right. So
I said, he made a reply to someone. Someone asked, right, platform. I'm never going to get a platform again after this, so I've got you.
No, I'm starting to see why TikTok banned you.
Someone said to him, not for stupid Star Wars opinions, because there's a lot of stupid Star Wars.
There are no stupid opinions. There are no stupid opinions.
Right?
There are only
someone
stupid Star Wars.
Said to him, why? Someone said, why are the stormtroopers in the Mandalorian? And then so he went about it explaining, like, oh yeah, weirdly they didn't all disappear. Like what? Like anyway, so I commented, that's really stupid. And he replied back to me like, yo man, I'm not about comments like that. You know, you're gonna get banned if you say that again. Man, you're stupid. That's embarrassing. People need to be told that they're stupid, and they grow from it. People have called me stupid loads. People have given me compliments. They've told me I'm stupid, and I've grown from it. Especially Star Wars fans. I've learned now, Connor. What is it, Connor? I don't care. Anyway, I'm not going to talk to you about Star Wars. I know that you're going to cry about it. Genuinely.
The argument is, though, there is a way of having, like you said, you're good at debating. Starting a debate with you're stupid isn't the way to go, Romo.
That is so stupid, though. Why are the stormtroopers in the Mandalorian? Because they didn't just vanish.
Well,
I do apologize if I'm being harsh to whoever commented that thing. It was stupid, but I'll apologize.
But it makes content.
So would you say that in sort of the later movies and as well as the TV shows as well, that what Disney are doing for Star Wars is basically making it a fan pleaser, and they're directing the Star Wars universe in the way that fans want it as opposed to how it should be?
Well, see, the thing is, they tried to do that with The Force Awakens and just made the exact same movie, which is just stupid. That is 100% stupid. They pleased the fans in Rogue One. Brilliant film. Why would you not? See, the thing is, though, you talk about all the pander stuff towards the fans. Well, they're not going to make things the fans don't like. Why? Do you know what I mean? So therefore, mathematically, the complement, which is the mathematical opposite, if you will, mainly used in set theory. Who's stupid now? Yeah, right. The complement of what was I talking about? Bad things. Right. The complement of upsetting the fans is naturally making the fans happy, but it's not bringing back Mace Windu for the sake of it. I made a TikTok, right? I made a TikTok saying the death of Mace Windu was good for Star Wars because it shows, see, this is what I mean, right? There's knowing like, oh yeah, did you know that this character X, Y, and Z picked up Mace Windu's hand when it fell off and it's actually stored in a secret museum and some guy in some comic tried to clone it and blah, blah. No, I don't know that because you've read it and I haven't. Well done. Pat yourself on the back. Point is I understand that Mace Windu dying was good for Star Wars because it showed that the Jedi had really fallen. Everyone knows that Yoda is the Grand Master of the Jedi High Council, right? But Mace Windu is actually in charge because he's Master of the Order. So, and come on, Mace Windu's a boss. Like, the fact that he died, and that's why I'm saying it's also good for Star Wars. As much as I love Mace Windu, he's, yeah, look, another lightsaber. Grow up. It's not important. I don't even care. There's no batteries in it. I don't run around swinging it like a... You know what I mean? So we got him fighting Palpatine. Oh God, we got him killing Jango Fett. Oh my God, we had enough. We've got enough Mace Windu content. They put a lot in Clone Wars as well when he storms the thing on Ryloth. Oh, and he's just there's loads of Mace Windu content. So he's dead. Leave it. Don't try and be like, oh, it's gonna be him. It's not.
My thought on it, and everybody always asks, should they bring him back and stuff. However, I don't think they should. But it's that whole thing around Disney might see there is a want to bring him back, so they'll lean on Lucasfilm to do it. But I think they should, because he's not really confirmed as dying on Revenge of the Sith. Like that's never really been confirmed.
true,
But I don't think they should bring him back, but they should
Yeah.
also not confirm his death. I think there is value in
Yeah.
the ambiguity, in the
Yeah.
mystery. I think they should just never do anything either way with him. And then all of a sudden, it continues the debate, which keeps the character alive in itself.
Well, see, there's a way to do that, and there's a way to bring him back without bringing him back.
Prequel.
Rolo, what is that? That's genius. How do you do that? I'll tell you.
An origin story.
No. Well, it could do. You just make another character cool like that, like Mace Windu. Are there any in the sequels? No, they're all boring. They're all bad. Do you know what I would have done in the sequels? And you know what? Try and tell me you don't like it. It's impossible. You know Mark Strong?
No.
Brixton, pull a picture of Mark Strong up. Can you do that?
You can. It might take a minute because this is the first time we're going to have to do this.
Should I do it on my phone? Well,
Nah.
that's what I mean. We're just trying it out, aren't we? We're having fun.
Oh, yeah.
We're having fun. That's the most important thing. But so whilst he's pulling that up, he's like, so first of all, the sequels just makes no sense. It's absolute crap. I would have done like the whole, Luke's doing the Jedi stuff, blah blah blah. Which, to be fair, they could still make content about and like anchor it in between 6 and 7. But oh well. And then I would have had the Jedi back as a Force, like Luke's brought them back as he does.
By the way, I believe the Brick Educator is in the chat for you.
Oh, love you, man. Love you. So I would have brought that back, and I would have had Mark Strong as like Luke would have been the Grand Master of the Jedi High Council. I think they go through a bit of a rebrand. I think Luke goes, I don't like the sound of that, and I think they change it up. But I would have had Mark Strong as that cool bald as well. He's bald as well. He looks better bald. As that cool Mace Windu. Wouldn't give him a purple lightsaber because I'm not that stupid. This guy, I would have had that guy in episode 7 as a cool Mace Windu type under general.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of them. Yeah, Kyle Katurn, Kip Duron. I've been in all the Facebook debate group pages. Listen, exactly. That's Sinestro. I liked that Green Lantern film. I'm proud to admit it. I don't care. It's an opinion.
Right.
Well, it's stupid, but
segue.
I like.
So we'll put Star Wars to bed.
Go for it, please. I'm tired of it.
Star Wars is clearly your prime franchise.
I'm the Star Wars person in any room.
Okay. Well, what comes next? Marvel? Because I know you collect Marvel Lego.
I'm just looking around at all the nerd crap I've got in my room, guys. Well, next would. I made a YouTube video, right? And
you're on YouTube?
Yeah. I've just got an account. Just follow that, people. I don't know. I made a video in lockdown, and when you described me as a train spotter. So I made like a little in lockdown. So obviously in lockdown you started buying the Lego, didn't you?
Yeah.
So obviously I already had my best Lego collection in the world. Hashtag had the Nesquik bunny before it was cool. At me.
We'll come back to that.
I don't even know what that is, and I had it. That's how good I am. So who's been to Legoland Billund, Denmark? You can't even point out Billund on a map. Anyway, so I have, by the way. I have. Rolo's Salted and Crate, and what? So I was talking about the Lego thing. Yeah, so in lockdown, instead of getting the Lego, because I already had the Lego, like I wasn't gonna just buy more of it. I probably would have bought the Millennium Falcon, to be honest, and just had a whale of a time with that. I am buying Lego now, to be honest, and that makes no sense to me. But I bought a bit of model railway stuff. In fact, I can show you here. I just got it. So I bought like extra track, and I had like a proper double oval sort of thing, and I had like my little trains running around. And if people would like to have the honor of going to my YouTube channel, they can watch that video right there. It's called Model Railway House Restoration Tip, where I tell you how to restore an old Victorian. You get the gist of it. I'm an expert at plugging, you see.
The BBC are also in talks to put it on after Cash in the Attic weekdays.
That'd be brilliant. But so I made video. So I did say in that video I had I'm just gonna end up showing you like everything in my room. Do you know like the Lego box storage things? Oh, you know it's worth showing. Yeah. So these ones.
He's off. He's off.
Do you want to play some elevator? Do you want to play some elevator
challenge.
music?
It's like challenge Annika. He's gone. It's now. It's I mean, he's back. Yeah. We know the boxes. Yeah. Oh, he's got the skeleton head as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cooler than the original one.
Yeah, it is.
I think you can get like a pumpkin one as well, but the skeleton head's a classic, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Skeleton head's a classic. So so I had them in the corner, just like a nice little aesthetic thing. And in the video, I said, "Oh, you know, I like Lego. Lego will probably come up," because that was before I actually started making a lot of Lego content on TikTok. I just made like general just crap because it seemed like that's what everyone was doing. And then I made one video with where's my Lego Spider-Man? Made one video, OP, and I don't know if you know this because this was
you made the meme, didn't you?
Yeah, I made the
with the time warp. Yeah,
you know that one.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
and then there's that one.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah.
So I made that one.
We know.
And then and then that just like blew up. Got like I don't think it's on a million likes. Not a million likes. Jesus, can you imagine? Some people don't have to, but I've never had the honor. You see, it got like 1 million views, and I was just like, what? And I remember sat in a university lecture. It blew up overnight. I guess because a lot of the people that liked it weren't English speakers because there's no English in the video.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to understand anything but Spider-Man going like this. And that was, they saw it and went, oh, yeah. And then just liked it. And a lot of them must have just followed me because if you sort of correlate with, you know, sometimes I'll say like, oh, you know, you should follow me for this reason, blah, blah, blah. I'm so cool, like evidently. And then people follow me for that. And you can sort of tell you get more followers than views, but whereas sometimes you get, I'm giving you all my tips and tricks here, by the way, guys. I hope you.
Well, we have to get them somehow.
Exactly. And so sometimes you make just a stupid viral video.
Can I just point out, by the way, this answer's come from me asking what your next favorite franchise is after Star Wars.
Yeah, where are we Are we getting close?
I don't know. I assumed Spider-Man.
I did hear a bit of Marvel. Yeah.
Well, no. I think I said Lego though. So it's like Lego. And funnily enough, my friend did a Kahoot quiz, and one of the like just with our friendship group, you know, when everyone was doing quizzes in lockdown, and one of the rounds. So there was like a shout out Rob again, by the way. He did like a vexillology round, so the study of flags. He did blah blah blah. He's done a Lego round for me because I asked for it. Got 9 out of 10. Only one I got wrong, by the way, was because the button wouldn't press. I got 10 out of 10, so I know my Lego as well. Don't at me. For instance, they're the largest supplier of tires in the world. You might not have known that. You do now. That's the beauty of information. So he made a Roller 32 round, and in one of his videos, in one of the questions, it was Roller describes model railways as being his life, and one other thing. What was it? And the answers were Star Wars, Lego, milkshakes. Might have been maths, I'm not sure, but obviously the correct answer was Lego, and I knew that because I know what content I make. I'm not an idiot. Anyway, so yeah, I'd say probably railway. No, it wasn't that. It was Lego, wasn't it? It was Lego. But yeah, so I was sat in a university lecture, right, and the video blew up overnight, and I was just like refreshing and seeing the 99 notifications, and I was like, what the hell? This is weird. I was like looking around, like there was a couple because we were distant because of COVID, and I was like sort of looking around, like, do they know how famous I am? Like, oh my god, this is incredible. They're gonna see me come up on their FYP, and they're gonna be like, whoa. And do you know the one I did with the Quinlan Voss in episode 1? So obviously that came up on some of my friends' FYPs, or like people I didn't really talk to that much, and they were like, oh, you just came up on my FYP because obviously my face is in it.
Yeah.
And so that one was more of a cool, like, then again, that's Star Wars though. So I think my second one, I think I've got to go Star Wars first and then Lego.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is, because I can look around, there's definitely loads of Star Wars stuff. Like for instance, shout out to Dawick Zolt.
Oh, excuse me, I burped. So, there's definitely a lot of Star Wars stuff. Oh, Dreamboy said, this is late night sessions with Rolo 32.
We're going deep here, people. We're going deep.
Do you know what, Opie? I think if we just let Rolo just carry on,
Yeah. You just crack on.
if we go get a drink, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
talk for a bit.
I do need a glass of wine.
I'll just chill with the guys, answer some questions myself. Oh my god, it's literally just me. Oh, this is embarrassing. Can you guys come back? I don't like
We're
that.
back.
Can you put me on the right?
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Cheers. Thanks.
Right. We'll use that as a cue for those in the comments to ask your questions because we're a little bit overdue where we wanted to be, but that's fine. So if there's any questions you want to ask anybody on the panel, not just Rolo, please anybody but Rolo because I need to be done by 9:30.
Oh, that's so true.
But yeah, fire your questions through. Brixton's on the buttons, so he can bring them through and we'll start asking. But
Oh, I need to go on. Well, he'll put them up, won't he? But I can
will.
put them in
Right.
comments, yeah.
so Rolo, Marvel, where you're up to? What was the last piece of Marvel stuff you watched?
I watched Loki.
Okay.
Brixton, put the spoiler warning up.
Spoiler warning, yeah, we need spoiler warning
Got
for
it.
Loki's.
There
Yeah.
you go. But also my favorite piece of Marvel thing is probably it's on Disney Plus. Disney, you're welcome for the plug. The big multi-trillion-dollar company.
This is interesting.
Well,
Where we're going? Come on.
Is the 1991 Silver Surfer series that's been added onto Disney Plus in the Marvel section, of course. And it's quality. It's brilliant.
So, interestingly, Brix and I were talking about this. Although I have not found my way to that, a lot of the arguments at the minute is around who's the best Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, Garfield, or Tom Holland. But in that section, they've added the 1994 to 1997 Marvel Spider-Man animated series.
And
That is
That one.
Spider-Man for me. Yeah,
I mean that one. That one.
probably. But I don't. No, I don't think it is that one. I think that's an
What?
older one. I think that's an older one.
Spider-Man to you though.
The mid-90s one is Spider-Man because it starts. He's already Spider-Man. He does the origins through flashbacks and the telling of the story, but a lot of the story is narrated by Peter Parker's like inner monologue. It introduces pretty much every one of the villains that we know. It's probably the best form of Venom that you will ever see.
Yeah.
Certainly in kind of live performance or animation. So I would definitely recommend watching that. Now, obviously, I don't even know if there's such a thing as Marvel canon because there are so many variations or variants. But
That's
yeah,
what I
I would
wanted
definitely-
to avoid with Star Wars because Star Wars is very linear.
yeah,
See, I know my Star Wars, man. What can I tell you?
we're done with Star Wars, Rolo. We're done with Star Wars.
That's not just information.
Right.
That's not just saying, oh, I know that Han Solo cut his left big toe stripping on a wire and whatever. Like,
Stripping away. Okay. Brixton, do we have any questions?
Okay, let's go to the questions, ladies and gents. So let's take a look.
fire them in, Commander.
CT6721 says, Rolo, where did you get that P2 clone helmet?
My friend 3D printed it off for me. Go.
Sounds great. Okay, so
I paid
Killing
for
the
it myself.
Power says, what brands of drinks are you having? I'm having
Billy Smells.
Kopperberg. Rolo is having Budweiser, and
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
having yellow teal red wine, Shiraz.
he's
Oh,
having an old
Shiraz.
man's drink.
Shiraz.
Not
Shiraz.
Merlot today.
Lego
No, I'm
Lasses
a
says,
Shiraz.
Brixton, what brand
know
of
Noir?
sunglasses? They're just normal. They're just sunglasses. They keep the sun out, so it's pretty good.
Oh, Lego
This is
Lasses. You've spelt Lego Lasses. You've spelt Lego wrong. You should change that.
Ah,
Oh,
right. Okay.
God.
Lego is spelled with
Stevie
all capital letters.
Skywalker says, Rolo, how many keepy uppies is your record?
I've never tried, but it's definitely high. I remember
Okay.
I can remember doing 80 at one point, but it's definitely like.
Imagine if you could go live. Imagine if you could go live and just stand and do keep.
Bro,
uppies
I've
and
had
freestyle
the
football.
idea. Like that's why I just want to stand there. You know, I can do. I'm planning on doing a Rolo challenge, by the way. So stay
Okay.
tuned for that. Everyone can attempt it. I would like Brixton and Opie-1 to especially try it because it would be hilarious. It'll be good. I need to get around to doing that video. It'll be quite.
Sounds like great fun. Mr. Ali says, what's all of your favorite figures?
Who's he talking to?
All of us. Brixton.
What Lego minifigures?
My favorite minifigure is probably this guy here, and I'm grabbing him because he's at the nearest convenience to myself. But it's the Easter Bunny.
It's not even the best Lego bunny, mate.
All right, look, calm down, calm down.
Failed at the
Rolo,
first hurdle.
Rolo, what's
Lego
your
bunny,
Bunny, by the
minifigure?
way, is the Nesquik bunny, of which I have used its head to create my own Yarrow Poof. Yeah, and I know who Yarrow Poof is, by the way. I can name all the Jedi High Council in every film. Not Ponkrell. Oh god, what am I talking about? Oppo Rancesis, Yaddle, the guy with the eyes below his face, Adjun Kolar, Even Peel.
I
Yeah.
don't know if the brick educator's still here, and I know you really want to show that. For me,
Oh yeah, true.
Pre-Vizsla.
That's cool. That is cool.
Do you know, one, because he's so rare, but that cape is
Yeah. Do you know the
Pretty-
Grievous cape? It's like do you know the Grievous cape on the
Yeah.
Grievous wheelbarrow chip?
yeah.
Mm.
That
That
is
brings
rare.
me back to General Grievous's wheelbarrow. See, it worked, man. It always. Oh, that's just brilliant. That's just.
Okay, moving on quickly. So Mr. Ali says, "What's everyone's rarest figure?" Obviously, yours is the Nesquik.
I've just showed mine
it
as well.
was, but, no, I've actually. So obviously, that's the head bit, and then so the reason it's eyes. I mean, it basically is my roast, but so the reason it's eyes. See, if I put that on a different body, it could be a Kaminoan as well. Which there have never been any Lego Kaminoans, so you're
I have
welcome.
not. Do you
I
do
don't
you
see
have the full
Epic Brick
figure of
making
that?
Lego Kaminoans or Lego Quirmians because Yarrow Poof is a Quirmian and he's actually got 4 arms apparently, unless my mate Rob lied to me. Oh well. But the reason its eyes are so far apart is because, like Batman, he the not Easter Bunny, the Nesquik bunny thing goes over the top, so you can see the eyes. But I actually lost the headpiece bit, which is the main part of the bunny, so I've only got the face and like blue legs and like a yellow torso that's got an N on it. That's all I've got left.
Oh,
I
not
didn't
Love
realise-
Island.
I
Oh,
didn't
bloody
realise this, by the
hell.
way.
Oh,
So-
get out!
Hell.
See you later.
So this is actually my best mate, and I'm his best man very soon.
Oh,
um,
congratulations!
He was my best man. So
That's. Do you know what? Funnily enough, I actually told my friend in the chat as well that I would be his best man, and he said thank you, and that was very emotional.
that's-
You know, I
shared that
think
moment.
when it comes to the wedding, they're meant to ask you for you to be their best man. You're not meant to just say, "Oh, I'll be your best man."
well, it's
I said I would want you to be mine, and he reciprocated the love.
Ah, right, okay.
Thank you.
is he getting married?
No, God forbid
I'll be your best.
married anytime
I'll be your
soon.
best friend.
I'm
Yeah,
married
you're my
to
best
Star
friend.
Wars. You don't hear anyone
Okay,
else
so-
saying that. That's so
Alessio
smart.
says, "Rolo, can you say that word?" I'll let you say it.
Can you say- I don't know. It's Italian. Sono bello.
We'll
I'm
go
more,
with that one.
My accent, so I've got a perfect French accent. Parce que je peux parler français. Mais, and he said, mate, I nearly went in it then because I said may instead of but. But you know, my Italian's not bad.
Okay, so Commander Wando says, "Favorite Star Wars planets? Pick
Oh!
one planet."
Oh,
You get one
he says
rule.
planets.
One.
He says
No,
he didn't
yes.
specify. Well,
He
can
says
I just
one
show you though?
planet,
Can I just
one
show you?
each.
This is another TikTok preamble, if you will, because I had one of those solar system painty things, and I'm so into Star Wars that I painted Star Wars planets on them. And I'll show you it now. I've still got it here. So, if you look at where the we're getting into geography, Star Wars geography with Rolo now. You don't see anyone else doing this. So if you look at the galaxy, it's more on like one side. So this is Coruscant. This. Then I think you've got like. This is so dusty. That's Tatooine. That's Mustafar. That's Raxus Prime, which is the planet that Starkiller fights. That little guy who's the same species as the pod racer, Rax Tyrell, I think. Oh, what's it called? What's that Jedi called? There's a Jedi that Starkiller fights on a junk planet called Raxus Prime, and the guy's basically gone senile, and he creates like his own Jedi Council out of
Isn't
Kazdan Paratus.
Raxus
Kazdan.
Prime also where Cal Kestis is found, and where the Bad Batch go to salvage the
I don't think is that
Octagon?
Raxus Prime. Are you sure?
I think so. Sounds like it.
Yeah, so that's my favorite Star Wars planet.
Could be
I don't know.
Someone will let us know in the chat if I'm wrong there.
Opie, what's your favorite Star Wars planet? I
Do you
think
have
I
to
know
ask?
what it is.
I mean, do you have to ask?
Yeah, I think I'm the same, you know. But I don't know. I've never really thought what's my favorite. I just sort of try and name them in reverse alphabetical order to send myself to sleep. I don't do that. I don't do that.
The question would be is what would you use to define what is your favorite planet? And
I'd say where your favorite scene happens, maybe.
Yeah, and I think that's what it goes off. So, like for me, everything kind of Tatooine is the.
There's no fight. There's no lightsaber fight on that planet, though.
There's Qui-Gon and Darth Maul at the.
Oh yeah, you're so right. Sorry,
you've got
I
that
don't know
one.
so I don't know my Star Wars. Come at me.
You've also got.
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually.
Luke pulls his lightsaber out and Return of the Jedi. He chops an arm. Obi-Wan chops an arm off in the cantina.
That's not lightsaber. Right. Do you want to hear Star Wars facts, right? Every Star Wars movie, the main 9, has a lightsaber battle. Apart from which one? One in the sequels. Episode 8. No lightsaber clashes in that. Well, I think one might clash, but there's no lightsaber fight. There's lightsabers versus weird red fancy weapon things. There's no lightsaber fight. It's not even Star Wars. You want the worst part about the sequels, right? Episode 1 to 6, they have old-fashioned screen wipes like this to change scene. They got rid of them in 7, 8, and 9. It's not even Star Wars. The whole point is George Lucas didn't have to have those old-fashioned screen wipes in episode 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. But he did, because it felt like Star Wars. And J.J. Abrams pissed all that away, because he ruined Star Wars.
Okay, moving on. So Lego Lasses says, if you could have one branded Lego series, what would it be? For example, Lost, Walking Dead. Rolo.
Can I go first on this one? No, I want to go first.
Go for it.
My show. It's my show. My name's on the title. So this might go over everybody's head because this is very much from like my late teens, early kind of 20s and all that. But Stargate, I loved Stargate SG-1. And then like Stargate
Atlantis as well.
Yeah, Stargate Atlantis.
I've never watched it, but my friends and I at school used to sort of laugh at it because you had like Star Trek.
For Lego. It's made for Lego.
Yeah.
But obviously you've got the epic film with Kurt Russell, which is unbelievable. So you've for me, it's made for Lego. But I think it's too far gone to kind of for Lego to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, so my friend and I, we sat in school together, and he asked me, he was like, "Oh, what do you like?" And I was like, "Oh, Star Wars is quite cool." And he was like, "Yeah," knowing full well that I was me, right? And then so he starts drip feeding it, and he doesn't like me to tell the story like this, but he was drip feeding in 100% little bits into the conversation to be like, "Oh, I know more about Star Wars than you," and then he lost. So we're talking about like, oh yeah, episode 2 is good, like the Separatists and that. And he's like, oh yeah, like San Hill. Oh no, sorry, I've ruined it now. He said, oh yeah, like Poggle the Lesser. And I'm like, yeah, San Hill. And he goes, how do you know who that is? And I was like, mate, Wat Tambor, Shu Li, Newt Gunray, Rune Harko, all of them, mate. I know all of them.
You've also got massively off tangent.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, and then so that was the Star Wars table because we started talking about Star Wars, and then we were talking about we joked that the people in front of us were Trekkies, so we had this Star Trek, Star Wars thing, classic. And then we were like, oh, we don't even talk about Stargate people, God. And you're a Stargate person. That's so cool. We'd go like Stargate SG-1, Stargate SG-1, Stargate.
I mean, you're welcome to, but I certainly watched it. I haven't watched it.
So it's good. Yeah, I should watch it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's got what I like is it links to like our mythology and almost kind of like the pyramids,
Really?
and then it links in with like Norse mythology, and then in Atlantis they go into like basically what are vampires and all of that, and like so it cleverly plays on stuff that you could kind of go, "Yeah, right," and I love an Easter egg sort of thing like that. Brixton, what would you make?
So I would like to go for, if I were to go for a Lego set, I reckon it'd have to be something, and it's not very well known, but you know how you get sort of like the Friends set or the Seinfeld set, which is just released. I would go for the Suits, which is a show on Netflix.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd go for one of those, just like the main office or something like that with the minifigures. I think that would be really cool to have like.
Can I make a point about that? Because I know my
go for
Lego. To me, that would just seem a bit boring. Now, if I'll take one person's content. No, I'm not having a go, but I'll take one person's content, for example. JB, I love JB Bricks, right? But he'll make customs of people where he just slaps a face, a hair, and like a torso and jeans, and it could be anyone. And it's just it's not like fair enough.
Lego,
if he makes Rocky and he has boxing gloves and it's like, you know, a 6-pack, and fair enough, that's Rocky. But if it's just a guy, it could be me. I could be just, you know, if he made me on JB Bricks, like as a custom minifigure, it would be jeans that I'm currently wearing, jeans, and then a t-shirt, a blue t-shirt. That could be anyone. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I think the Suits thing would just be all the characters would look the same as well. Maybe they would look a bit different, but I mean, yeah, and also like the setting, an office. It's not really iconic though, is it? Like you've got the Friends apartments.
Brixton, I don't think you've got
there,
real
by the way.
support in this.
It's just an office. I don't think they've ever made an office. Why? Because
all right, then.
What's the point?
Come on then, smart ass. You still haven't given your answer.
I don't actually know. So I have no idea.
At least he had an idea.
Did they have a Star Wars one?
No, what, like a Star Wars one that doesn't exist?
It's already a brand.
No, that was a bad joke. I'm sorry. I really apologize. To be honest though, so when I said I'm more of a Star Wars person, but I never used to buy Star Wars toys. All my Star Wars toys that I bought as a kid, or got bought for me as a kid, let's be honest. You know, you get things bought for you as a kid, or you save up your pocket money, for instance. All of my Star Wars toys was Lego Star Wars, so that's why I've got a Lego collection, because I wouldn't buy like Star Wars action figures. I wouldn't buy it would just be Lego, because obviously the whole Lego system and how it builds together. Yeah, I was into that, and so that seemed to work well with the Star Wars, because you can make your own ships. You can. Whereas if I just have like a plastic Millennium Falcon, it's just a bit tacky, isn't it? Like, so I'd always just opt for Lego Star Wars. What would I want out of Lego? I don't know.
More Lord of the Rings.
No, I don't know. Maybe
Never seen it.
Brixton's never so.
Never seen Lord of the Rings.
So we've never touched on this episode, but Brixton has not seen the sequel trilogy of Star Wars and has not seen Lord of the Rings. So I want to unearth every week.
Brixton, you're wearing a Star Wars t-shirt. I was just about to ask you if you're a Star Wars person, because you could just be a Lego person with the name It's Brixton. You could just be a Lego person. That's understandable. There's a few of those weirdos out there. No offense, Lego weirdos. I'm a Lego weirdo, right? I'm saying if you're a Lego weirdo who doesn't like Star Wars, that doesn't make any sense. That's weird.
There are a lot of people who don't like Star Wars, who are Lego fans.
I don't talk to those people. But you're wearing a Star Wars t-shirt, Brixton.
I've seen Star Wars. I've seen the classics. I just haven't seen the later ones, and I probably will one day. But I also haven't seen the Bad Batch.
Well, Rulers,
you haven't seen You haven't seen the first episode of the Bad Batch.
Or the Clone Wars.
That's like slots in between like Rogue One and that episode is. I haven't seen Clone Wars. All right, see you later, guys.
You still haven't given us an answer, Rolo.
You
I know you still haven't given us an answer.
I don't know. Pass.
Right. Okay. So I've got a question, Rolo, on the Bad Batch, because we've got like 2 episodes left. We don't know if we're getting a second series or not.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think it'll end?
I have no idea because, to be honest, at this point, like I like
Come on, Mr. Star Wars.
I liked the first episode because it was like a movie and came out on May the 4th, and then we got the second episode on the 5th. Not the 5th. I said the 5th because it came out on Friday. It comes out on Friday, doesn't it? But I don't really know. I don't know. Maybe they'll die, like, or maybe I don't know. Where does this story end?
Well, that's a very good question, and I don't know the answer. However, there are two things. If they're either going to die or they're going to have their chips reinserted or reactivated and be absorbed by the Empire. I think the latter, because I know you're not a deep content guy, but there is in the comics, which are canon,
what do you mean deep content? Do you mean like Legacy of the Force?
Well, you're the one who says I don't read all of these.
I've got a Vader comic in French that I can read for you. It's the one where Lord Momin, you know, with Vader's castle. Don't deep content me, OP. Come on, that's
right. Okay,
come on.
But don't worry, you don't need a. This isn't much of a spoiler. It's more of a prediction. But they're in the so there's a Star Wars comic canon series that is set between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, which basically explains like how Luke learned more about the Force in that time and lightsaber battles and all that. There's a guy called Sergeant.
I know which one you're on about. Yeah.
So in there's a guy called Sergeant Creel who basically he's undercover and he heads up a clone troop called Task Force 99, which named themselves after the Bad Batch, Clone Troop 99. We don't know a lot, to be honest, if anything, about Clone Troop 99. About Task Force 99. All we know is Sergeant Creel is brought in to replace their sergeant, who they don't really like. But there are some images, and when you look at them, there could be a tech there, and there could be a wrecker. So I think my opinion, if I was to give a prediction, it's they're captured and their chips are either reimplanted or reactivated or something. And in doing so, they serve the Empire, which I think would be pretty epic as an Empire guy.
I'd probably just kill them off, to be honest. Just like, I don't know, they get blown up or something.
But I think some of them could die. I think it's more tragic, isn't it? Like death is almost like freedom against like.
Oh, that's deep. Do I need to get the helmet for the late night hours?
Yeah.
You know,
but it's that thing
really
around, like, obviously, lifelong servitude, isn't it? Against your kind of will.
Death is like freedom.
This is true. This is the BBC at 11:45. Well, you know. But yeah, so we'll see. We've got 2 more weeks left. But I thought Friday's was really good, and we'll see where it goes. But
I don't know. To me, I've just been like, for me, like Star Wars is like exciting. That's why. Episode 3 is one of my joint favorite because there's 5 or 6. I remember counting 6 lightsaber fights in that one, but I think I counted incorrectly. As an impressive mathematician that I am,
count to 6. Well done.
Yeah, no, but is there 5 lightsaber fights in that? There's Count Dooku, and Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then there's like Dooku, Obi-Wan and Grievous, and then. There's like 5 fights. There's 5 lightsaber fights in that movie, right? And it's exciting. It's exhilarating. It's like, whoa, that movie's sick. But the Bad Batch to me is like the first episode of the Bad Batch was so interesting and like there's so much going on, you know. But in like the end, like now the episodes they're just a bit like it's a bit like, you know, the skit of Mandalorian where it's like, oh no, we need to go get more milk. Oh, Baby Yoda's just drunk the milk. Yeah. Where are we going to get more milk from? Oh, there's a planet here. Oh, we'll give you the milk, but first you've got to go kill this space warlord thingy. Oh, I'm the space warlord thingy. Oh, you're something from like some comic and like something that some Star Wars TikTok will be like, did you know that's the thing from thing? I don't care. Oh no, Baby Yoda's drunk the milk again. It's the exact same position. All the plate.
So I think there's probably a couple of. I think it probably should have been about 12 episodes rather than 16. I think the pacing has been awful on it. And I think not the episode that's just gone, the one before. So we had the Ryloth arc, which I thought was really good because it was like we saw, and that the Captain Hauser, we saw like a different side of the clones, and we're like, this is interesting. But then they did that whole thing with
them or not.
It does, but we just don't know whether it wasn't activated or whether it's malfunctioned or whether it's what we don't know. But yeah, I think Gregor. And this is a proper spoiler if you haven't seen this week's, but Gregor, obviously he was non-compliant, so who knows? But yeah, I guess we'll see, won't we? But
they're less than regs, if you will, because he's like obviously clone captain. Yeah.
But we'll see.
I've got another bone to pick with another Star Wars TikToker. Do you remember OP? Some guy, I stitched some guy, right? And fair enough, I didn't have to, but he was the one that started crying about it. And I'll happily say that. I mean, I dead and buried it then, but it still annoys me to this day. Is that he said, "Oh, did you know that this droid in the Bad Batch, the one that says his name out, is the same as this one in Clone Wars, who also says his name out?" That's like seeing C-3PO in Episode 7 making a TikTok about it and going, "Did you know that this gold protocol droid is the same one in Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?" You stupid man! Come on.
That was
Haber Jordan.
Was it Cadbian's droid or
no? It was the medical droid. EB.
Medical. Oh yes, that's it. Yes, on Camino.
It's like that. It's like that TikTok audio. EB937256. Do you know the one where it's like, oh, send me the password for the party?
Oh yeah.
It's like DP937265. Yeah, it's like that. Its name sort of sounds like that. And I was like, well, yeah, duh. He says his name out. Like, well done. Like, and then I made a really good point about how I have the same strategic genius, right, as the Bad Batch, because they roll a big boulder down the hill to, kill some droids or whatever. And I had the same idea about Episode 1. When all the droids line up perfectly, like pins, right? Just get one of those big, giant... I've got one in Lego here somewhere. Oh, the Naboo things. I do have them in Lego, by the way. Not that I have anything to prove by now. But the like Gungan things that Jar Jar rides.
Yeah.
And there's a really big like Brachiosaurus looking monster that's got like the shield generator on it. Just charge that through all the. It'll be like crushing toothpicks with your fingers. And Bad Batch did it, and that was the point I made. Whereas this guy just said, "Oh, John? Yeah, that's John." Stupid. Get out of my face, man. Stop crying about it. That was genuinely stupid. Oh my god. Like, it says the name again. Did you know that this droid that says his own name is the same as this droid that says his own name? Because the names are the same. Well done.
Oh, Rolo.
Oh my god.
I don't know about you, but I'm knackered. I feel I can't tell whether you're on the down or you're just getting warmed up, but I am knackered.
Oh, I don't know. I definitely will knacker myself out.
It has been an emotional. Well, we're pushing 90 minutes now.
I might go try and make some content. I don't know.
Well, you've got plenty to talk about. That's for sure. You've sparked some thought here. We've sparked
I don't know
some
what
intrigue.
I can tell you if there's the next episode. To be honest, but there's always content, isn't there?
Rolo's rant. Rolo's rant needs to be a hashtag. And then we're
hashtag it. All 3 people can hashtag it. That'd be great.
But guys, I will start to wind this up now. But just want to say some thank yous. First of all, to our first ever guest, Rolo32. We will absolutely,
because I'm.
Well, it's been a pleasure. It's long overdue. We will absolutely have you back.
Oh, it's so long overdue.
Probably in a minute, but like it'll be a few weeks or months before we get you back. But we'll have you back on for sure.
Oh, thank you. We need to mentally prepare for when we get you back on.
Yeah, definitely a cup of coffee before we go on. But from me, thank you to Rolo, to Brixton as well for running the show down there. And thank you for kind of sharing your face to give us this exclusive. I know you did that little TV video, but to give us it in such a way is much appreciated. Thank you to
TVA. That exactly. We could go on.
No, we don't. We're
just
not
like time, for instance.
I will mute you. I will mute you.
Time only exists in the universe, because if the universe wasn't around, space-time wouldn't exist. But that's not
Exactly.
important.
We know this. But thank you to everybody who's stuck with us. I'm sure this has been a interesting journey to go through with us. But thank you for watching, and this stream will continue to be available on my YouTube channel.
Everyone go hype it up. Tell your
Go
mum,
tell your
dad,
friends.
brother,
Share the link.
sister, dog.
Share the link.
Sign,
wanna
shout,
share-
OP-Universe.
Absolutely. I want to share say thank you to a couple of people who are kind of helping us as creators and helping you guys as well. So I always bang on about Wickerbrick, but they are the people who do all of the display options and the cases and all of that. It's not much, but it's fine. Mate, we're getting there.
You get sponsored?
Yeah, man.
Please answer the question, yes or no.
Yeah,
Did
man.
you get sponsored?
We've got.
Man, no one's ever going to sponsor me.
I'm only just getting. This is the first
brilliant.
one. This is the
I need more
5%
money to
discount.
buy Lego sets. You've already got adult money. I'm broke.
It's the
Student.
to be fair, I don't make money off it. What I get is if anybody uses my referral code, they have a similar thing to like a VIP, like what Lego have. So if anybody buys anything, I get points with them that I use to spend with them. So it's kind of something, but I
think you need to sit back. You need to get back in that boardroom, OP, and do some more negotiating. Because I'm not a fan of that.
I've got adult money. I don't need to make money, so it's cool.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly.
And I only endorse these things because I genuinely buy them myself and I like them. So got the one on the Slave One.
I hate like kits, I'm just really not a big fan. I know that's probably an unpopular Lego opinion. I don't know.
Well, that leads us into Brixton. That leads us into Brixton's code there.
Yeah, so guys, if you want to get 15% off your light kits, as you can see,
I love light kits. They're so good. You
get 15% off Game of Bricks. The link is down below in the description. It's also on my Instagram and my TikTok as well. If you guys want 15% off, use code It'sBrixton.
And finally, I don't actually have anything to show because it hasn't arrived yet, but I actually have a cap sponsorship. How do you feel about that one, Rolo? So Essential Caps UK.
I can get sponsored by
Essential Caps UK. Again, we've done a bit of an affiliation. I don't have the hat. I'll have it on next week, I'm sure, and I'll do some videos on it. But again, I don't make any money off it. They send me a couple of free caps. I promote them, but I actually reached out to them because they sell the official Disney and Marvel licensed caps. They've got some pretty cool stuff. So I've got like a cool black Spider-Man one.
You're like, by the way, I'm a big Lego TikToker.
Absolutely. I didn't need to say it. I just said there's my links. Check us out if you're interested. But I'm gonna go
send some emails to like Nike,
do it, man.
Disney.
Do it, man. Do it.
Sponsorships.
But yeah, what I will say is for all of those links, for links to Rolo. So we need free Rolo, but Rolo 32 is on Rolo. To get on Twitter, contact TikTok Support UK and make that. However, the audience here can help with Rolo Dino. To be honest, he can help with Rolo Dino because he doesn't do enough on that. And if he wants to get
I really do. I need to just like upload crap on that, to be honest, like anything, because that is my spam account. So like,
you need to do more with it. I told you need to make
stuff on my normal.
You need to make them make it your main. But links to both of those accounts are in the description below. Brixton's Beacons link is in the description below. My link tree is in the link, but you know where we're all at. So go check things out. Other than that, it's
Rolo 32 on all platforms.
And Rolo Dino. And next week, as a bit of a hint, we have...
You're better at plugging my second account than I am, OP.
Well, this is why it's painful, Rolo.
I put it in my name, though. I did put it in my username. I put in brackets Rolo Dino.
You did.
I'm proud of it.
It's probably about as much effort you've done this year, but on it. But you know,
excuse me. I've made videos. I've also, by the way, well, if you're gonna play that card, I activate my trap card. Yu-Gi-Oh reference. I have something secret in the works that I've not yet been able to do, but I think it. No. This is like MI5 stuff. This is like OP. This is like SBS stuff. Right. Yeah. This is like the secret service of like Lego TikTok. This is gonna be gold. So I do
look forward to it.
So be aware, people. Right? If you thought that reality was shattered now, just wait. Just wait.
Well, thank you, Rolo, and we absolutely look forward to that. Do that on Rolodinho, and then do you know what? Rolodinho it, and then stitch from your main account and say, you should go and watch that video, and just like help yourself out. Help yourself out. What I will say, leading us into next week. Thank you. Do that. Next week we have Henry Calvert joining us. He is a big Star Wars Marvel guy. He has a lot of information. If you're interested in comics, he's not the biggest potentially, but we'll see. We'll have that debate next week.
He can have Marvel, but he's not having Star Wars. Like, there's no way.
So my understanding and my exposure to Henry is if you want to get into comics and you're someone like me, especially with Marvel, where, as we touched on, there is no canon, so it's like, where do I start? His understanding of it is brilliant. So look forward to having that conversation, and we'll talk a lot, I'm sure, about the future of the multiverse on there as well. But that's us, guys. Thank you very much. Brixton, anything you want to add? You ready for a lie down?
I am, yeah. After that, all of that information Rolo's given us, I'm ready to hibernate for a whole season.
I just thank you guys for saying Rolo as well, because, you know, bricks for pennies.
He was in the chat as well.
No way, bricks for pennies was here.
He was there saying hello, yeah.
Reese, where you at? Come out. You scared?
We're done. Rolo, we're done. Get yourself live and we can talk to him then. Peace, love, and prosperity to you all. See ya.